Hello, welcome to our breath, feelings, essential oils, and meditation event. My name is Aaron Lahman. Excited to have you join me today or after the fact. Perhaps you're watching this on YouTube. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Sending you love as you navigate wherever you're at in your life journey. If you're going through a hard time, an amazing time, or an in-between time, yeah, just sending you love as you find your way forward. This workshop is a passion of mine, so I'm excited to share tonight, and hope that you grab something that can be helpful for you going forward. Um, yeah, so let's. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, not a healthcare professional that's here to diagnose, cure, prescribe. I have just found that a variety of modalities supports my body, mind, spirit wellness. And yeah, so I really am just doing my absolute best to just pay attention to these different modalities to support my wellness. And so that's why we host these workshops, just to talk about the different modalities that we use to support ourselves. And maybe something we share could be helpful to you. So breath, feelings, essential oils, and meditation is the name of the workshop, this event, starting with breath. So if you're, joining me on YouTube, yeah, we're just breathing, coming into our bodies. If closing your eyes helps you with that, I recommend closing your eyes and just take a couple deep breaths. Perhaps if you're able to consciously breathe into your tummy and then up into your lungs. A lot of times when we, I don't know if you've seen a baby, but a baby's tummy just expands. And as we get older, we do a lot more breathing into our lungs and our chest and up here into our shoulders. And we forget to breathe into our stomachs and into our bellies. And so just that belly breath can be really, really helpful to, just to calm the whole nervous system, to calm the digestive system. And everything is so interconnected. So yeah. So without breath, we are not here, right? With no trees, we're not here. There's no Aaron, there's no you, right? With no ocean, with no phytoplankton out in the ocean and reefs out in the ocean, right? All these plants around us, animals around us, we're not here. Even no desert sands like the Sahara Desert. Literally every year is blown, these winds blow it all the way to the Amazon. And then that desert sand helps the Amazon stay nurtured, stay alive and vibrant. And so we know that the Amazon is so huge for our wellness and our lives. So breathing is where life is, right? So research is continuing to show, and you can pop online and play around on Google and just explore, like research on breathing or slow breathing or mindful breathing or breath work. And you really start to learn how powerful just breathing, just taking some time each day, maybe a few times throughout the day, maybe every 30 minutes, like during a little breather, you have a little 3-breath reconnect or reset. So there are psychological and behavioral outputs related to our breathing, and they are increased comfort, relaxation, pleasantness, also vigor and alertness, right? As we're getting increased oxygen, as we're increasing the oxygen in our blood, in our cells, we are receiving such benefit. So just breathing can help us manage anxiety, perhaps, manage mild depression, walk through angry times, confused times. And for me, one of the reasons I love teaching about essential oils is because I feel and I see and I know that they are a reminder to breathe, which all of us throughout our days are really, especially as technology continues to expand and grow and be so much a part of our lives. I believe that essential oils and deep breathing and slowing down is really important, right? It's really important to come back into our bodies, to feel our connection to the plants, the oceans, the mountains, feel our connection to all that's around us. Dr. Andrew Huberman is I believe a professor at Stanford, and he has an amazing podcast, huge podcast called Huberman Lab. Would highly recommend checking it out if you've not heard of him before. And he recommends and he calls this a physiological sigh. So it doesn't have to be breath work. You don't have to call it breath work. You don't have to call it yogic. You could just call it a physiological sigh. And he suggests a deep nasal inhale, second brief nasal inhale, and then a full exhale via the mouth. Try it with me now. Deep nasal inhale, a little bit more, and then an exhale through the mouth. One more time. Right, so this is a physiological sigh. It occurs in sleep too, and also happens to be the fastest way to de-stress. These physiological sighs have been shown in their Stanford medical lab that if you do them deliberately, they are the fastest way to de-stress, improve mood, and lower your heart rate. No tradition or lab owns this breathing pattern, however. Mother Nature holds the patent, right? So just these amazing lungs, this amazing body that we're living in, and this amazing oxygen that we can. So again, just taking time for some physiological sighs throughout our days. Maybe it's putting oils in a diffuser. Maybe it's just sitting in the yard, no technology, and just slowing and breathing. Breath, feelings, essential oils, and meditation. So feelings. So these are 4 of my passion areas, right? Breath and just slowing down and reconnecting to the earth and finding the earth again, right? Feeling grounded, breathing into right here, right now. And then feelings, I was raised by 2 counselors. So shocker that I would be excited about feelings and the importance of feeling our feelings. And I, just from the get-go, from childhood until now, have just been encouraged consistently via amazing listening parents and amazing listening siblings, the importance of sharing our feelings, of feeling our feelings, of processing through our feelings. And so I just share that at the beginning. That's why I'm so passionate about just exploring and talking about our feelings. So smells are handled by the olfactory bulb, which is the structure in the front of the brain that sends information to the other areas of the body's central command for further processing. So odors, right? Odors take a direct route to the limbic system, including the amygdala and the hippocampus, which are the regions related to emotion and memory. And so feelings are really connected to our breath and our sense of smell, right? So our emotions and our memories are oftentimes stored. Like the other morning, my sister and I were walking through town and we walked past an older building and I said, "Oh my, Ange, come smell this." And it reminded me of my grandpa who used to own a plumbing supply store in a small town in Ohio. And it reminded me of the smell of that building, that old building. So memories, right? Emotions and smells, they are all connected. So as we're talking about feelings, I personally, and again, you get to find your own way with this, right? I personally feel it's important to show, this, if you're following along on this, the video, you can see all these different feelings, right? Exhausted, hysterical, loathing, happy, confused, awe, amused, withdrawn, surprised, right? So many different feelings. And so for me, what I've been raised in is to show up for those feelings, to be aware of those feelings and to communicate and find ways to release or to process through specific feelings. Lots of different ways to process through. I was raised by counselors, so verbal processing makes sense to me. Also, journal processing helps me work through feelings and process through feelings. What are your ways? What are ways in which you process through feelings? Maybe it's going outside in nature. There's lots of research about just going outside in nature, looking at trees, hearing nature sounds can even help us process through specific feelings as they're coming up. And so again, you get to decide how you navigate your journey with your feelings. There's also research that has found a link between an upbeat mental state and improved health, including lower blood pressure, reduced risk for heart disease, healthier weight, better blood sugar levels, and longer life. And so there is some evidence, some research where the mind body, the power of our minds, the power of our feelings, right? If I'm sitting in angst and anger or resentment or stress a lot, I know that that's having a negative impact upon the rest of my body, right? It's not just feelings, it's not just mental synapses that are firing thoughts. Those are impacting my body and how my body shows up. And so it is important to pay attention. And for me, I like to do, I was telling my siblings, I'm a personal development guy and a therapy guy. So I want to feel my feelings, and I also want to know when it's time to shift my energy, right? So maybe you can relate to me on this. Like, you don't want to be fake positive or fake happy and smiley all the time or fake grateful all the time, right? You want to be able to feel your feelings, and this is part of the gift of being a human, right? The roller coaster that we're all riding. And also sometimes we have to shift the energy. So the personal development world invites us to think like, okay, how long am I going to sit in my resentment? How am I going to shift or release this stressor that's coming up for me? So it's, again, you get to decide, right? At the end of the day, you get to decide how you show up for your feelings, how you show up for your thoughts. Yeah, and here's to you figuring that out. For me, I love raw, authentic ups and downs, being real and honest about all the feelings that show up and the thoughts that roll through. And also, I'm very aware that when I'm in like a gratitude state, that really does invigorate my body. When I'm in a joyful state, like a more just awe, like I'm just, wow, looking around and just in awe of my surroundings and being alive, right? I notice a different energy. My body has a different energy about it. So, yeah. So again, do your own research, decide for yourself, figure out how you want to process through feelings. Maybe it's a therapist, maybe it's a journal, maybe it's nature time, maybe it's meditation, right? Maybe it's a movement practice, maybe it's a yoga practice, maybe it's prayer, maybe it's reading, right? There's so many different modalities of how we can show up for this whole mind, body, spirit experience we're having. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are the lifeblood of a plant, and when these plants are grown in the right conditions and are harvested at the correct time and distilled with the utmost care, they can aid in keeping our bodies healthy, well, and happy, which is how our bodies were intended to be. Essential oils are composed of teeny molecules, and these molecules are so small that they can pass through our tissues and directly into our cells. And our systems are super effective and can transport these molecules all over our bodies within a matter of minutes. So again, one of the modalities, right? Breath work, right? Breathing, physiological size, feelings, right? Feeling our feelings, showing up for our feelings, shifting our thoughts, shifting the energy, shifting our state sometimes, and being like, okay, not going to hang out in resentment for the next 4 hours. Time to shift it to something different, something more positive, something, maybe gratitude. And then essential oils is another huge modality to support our wellness that I've found. And so I've been using Young Living, specifically essential oils, here the last 16 years, since 2006. Holy moly, 2006. So yeah, I guess it would be 17 years. Young Living's been in business now 29 years. Next year is going to be the 30 year. This is says 28, but 29. Young Living has seed to seal farms all around the world. They also are an industry leader with the way they do their testing and triplicate. They have 20 different tests. They do it in-house. They have third-party tests going on. And they have over 600 life-changing products, have members in 100 countries globally. And Young Living also has a heart to serve and impact lives of people all over the world via their Young Living Foundation. So many reasons why I choose to use Young Living. Those are a few reasons. Seed to seal is one specific reason. So from the time that a seed gets planted in the ground to the time they bottle up an oil, right, and ship it to you, or bottle up a product and ship it to you, you know that the utmost care has been taken in that process. And so this release oil is the release oil blend, right? You're getting what you pay for and what you ask for. So you have options on how to use essential oils. I personally do the first two mostly, topical and aromatic. Occasionally, when my immune system's doing some processing and doing some work, I'll do some internal dietary use of my essential oils. But for the most part, I'm doing topical and aromatic. And so that would just mean taking a drop of an oil, rubbing it together. This is release oil. I like putting this on my underarms, into my body. That smells so good. Taking some deep breaths. So you can topically apply it to an area. Again, if you're brand new to oils, brand new to essential oils, make sure you find a carrier oil. Just as you're getting to know, as your skin, like you're getting used to, right? All of our skin is so different. After 17 years, I'm pretty familiar with which oils I can topically apply comfortably or not, right? And so you just want to find your way as well, and dip your toes in slowly. One drop goes a long way. So just keep that in mind, right? One drop of peppermint oil massaged on the back of the neck is very cooling to the skin. It might be too cooling for you. It might feel a little, it might burn a little. So if that's the case, then you're going to find an organic coconut oil, organic jojoba oil. Young Living has some massage oils, and you're just going to put that on top of the peppermint to kind of soothe and calm it down. Okay, so that's topical application. Aromatic, you can put oils in diffusers. We're prepping this house for a grief retreat, a compassionate women's grief retreat that my sister is hosting alongside a friend of hers. And so I've got diffusers rocking throughout the house, getting this house ready for the women who are arriving for that retreat. So just breathing in oils in a room is such a blessing. You can also make little room sprays. I also do that a lot. Bathroom sprays, linen sprays. And then the third way, as I mentioned, internal dietary. I could put a drop of a vitality oil. Young Living has vitality oils. I could put a drop of Young Living Thieves Vitality with a big glass of water and drink it and really enjoy that flavor and support that it offers. Okay, so breath, feelings, essential oils, and now meditation. And so I love doing a little mini meditation with the feelings kit. So we will dive into a mini feelings kit meditation. And yeah, again, this feelings kit is it's not one of mine. It is my favorite Young Living product offering. I'm actually running out of some of my feelings kit oils. And so this Christmas, I think I'm going to gift myself a new feelings kit because I love to have this, fully stocked up at our house. I typically do an Instagram and Facebook feelings kit meditation. I'll just give you a little mini version of what that is and how I do that right now. So if you're following along, feel free to screenshot the information about each of these feelings kit oils, and I'll just kind of do a little mini meditation with each oil. So beginning with present time. So as we were sharing at the beginning, just breath, right? Just breath showing up for a physiological sigh. Sometimes we're so inundated with so many things, right? Consuming and in our awareness, and we're thinking about the future and always replaying the past, that we're missing out on the here and the now. Maybe you can relate. I know that happens to me. So present time is an opportunity as we breathe this one in. And again, if you don't have these oils, that's okay. You can just breathe with me. As we're breathing right now, we're just coming into this amazing moment. What a gift it is to be alive and to be our unique self. So here's to you and your unique gifts, talents, your unique journey, your ups, your downs, your all arounds. So here we are, just showing up to the right now, paying attention to how we're feeling in this moment. What do we need the rest of this day, maybe in this next hour, maybe in this next week? What are we needing for our body, mind, spirit wellness? Maybe more physiological size, just to ground ourselves. Maybe time in nature. Maybe some journaling. Inviting us into the here and now. Okay, so present time. Next oil is valor or valor. Valor in Old English, or maybe still in British English, valor means courage, strength, or bravery. So this is a great, great oil to apply to the back of the neck before a presentation, before an event you're hosting, before a hangout. Maybe you haven't talked to a friend in a long time and you're going to have a phone call with them and you're feeling a little bit of nervous energy. You could put a drop onto that back of your neck, maybe onto the bottoms of your feet, or maybe you just breathe from the bottle. This valor oil is woodsy. It's woodsy, and it's such a reminder to just find the earth, right? For me, the tree oils are really grounding, right? They're really grounding. And we're going to show up in our greatest state when we are present and when we're grounded, right? It's going to be like when I'm hanging out with my sister this week, when I'm grounded, she's receiving a different energy from me versus when I'm floating around and distracted, right? So presence, and then also like courage, grounding out within courage and feeling bravery move through me and feel, feeling that strength fill my cells. So presence and courage rising in our days, in our now, right here, right now. Next oil is release and forgiveness. 2 oils we do back to back. And release which I just applied. Release is these are typically the oils. These are some deeper reflection oils. These are some like, let's look in the mirror and have a moment with ourselves. Where in my life am I ready to shift or release something? Right? What pattern, thought pattern, daily habit is not serving me, right? Not helping me feel alive, feel at peace, feel calm, or to feel grounded, right? So again, if our goal is to be present and kind and courageous in the here and now, right? All of us, we're human. All of us have patterns or belief systems, old school belief systems that maybe we got downloaded as a kid, or maybe an experience we went through impacted ourselves, impacted our bodies and our minds. And maybe we need to release. Maybe there's something in our lives, a thought pattern, a belief, a program, a habit that we need to release. For example, yesterday, I was realizing that I was scrolling a lot of Twitter or X, the social media app. And I was like, I am going to take the rest of the day off, which I'm not going to lie. It was a little bit difficult at the end of the day to stay off of the app, but I did it. And so it's just paying attention. Where do I need to shift, or what am I ready to release? What belief about myself am I ready to shift or release, right? I want to release that story of unworthiness, right? And I'm going to choose the story of worthiness and kindness and gentleness toward myself, right? So again, whatever your journey is like, here's to you having the courageous chat with yourself. Sometimes, in order to release, it takes some forgiving. So maybe it's forgiving someone or something that happened. Maybe it's forgiving ourselves for patterns, for habits that we've gotten caught in, or thought patterns that have just replayed too much because of maybe specific physical habits that we're choosing. So again, just paying attention. Where in my life could I use a little bit of forgiveness? Who do I have a little bit of angsty energy toward or resentment toward? Taking a deep breath or a physiological sigh. Where am I ready to release? Who am I ready to forgive? Am I ready to forgive? Maybe a little bit, maybe even a little bit. Maybe I'm not going to forgive it all at once. Maybe it's going to be a process. So here's to each of us releasing and forgiving others, ourselves, the thought patterns, the habits. Last two oils are harmony and inner child. Harmony. Okay, so we started with presence. We then moved on to valor and courage and strength, filling ourselves, filling our minds and grounding out. And then we went to release and forgiveness, which are some pretty deep, reflective oils. Let's be real. You could spend about 10 minutes with each of these oils. You could probably spend 10 days with each of these oils. Harmony is always one that let's see if I still have a drop left in there. Been using that a lot, I guess. Okay. Harmony. I like to visualize harmonious, peaceful, calming energy filling my whole being, right? So protecting myself in a warm bath of harmony, or in a warm bubble of harmony, right? Filling up my cells, filling up my cells with harmonious thoughts, harmonious feelings, peaceful feelings, calming thoughts, physiological sighs, just allowing harmony to fill all the zones of my life, filling my mind. And the last one is inner child, which is a super citrusy and playful oil. And so you could spend a lot of time with inner child. There's therapists that spend a lot of time supporting people with their inner child work and just showing up for their inner child. For me today, we're just going to focus on what is your inner child desire tonight or today? If your inner child had its way, what does it need? Does it need a good cry? Does it need you to watch like some super emotional show so you could just cry? Does your inner child want you to play and sing in the shower, or go on a walk and just listen to music and be outside and pay attention? Maybe go out without your phone, play in the yard, sit in the yard. Maybe it's order up some colored pencils and a coloring book. What's your inner child asking for? So again, unique journeys we're each on, finding our way, accessing specific modalities that we're intrigued by, right? So whether it's essential oils, whether it's physiological sighs and breathing or breath work, whether it's showing up for our feelings through therapy, through personal development, through nature time, through prayer or meditation, right? So many different modalities to support us on this journey. Meditate, like just showing up like that, hanging out with the 6 oils and doing some deep breathing with each of them and finding your own flow with it. Again, if you don't know me, I'm Aaron Lahman. You can find me on Instagram, aaron.lahman, or Our Healing Voices is my other Instagram handle as well. And yeah, I do these feelings kit meditations. I'm choosing to get back in the flow of them. This is a nice reminder to get me going again. So yeah. If you're brand new to the Young Living world, again, so many products that Young Living has. Like I said, the Feelings Kit is a kit that I absolutely love, right? These are 6 oils that I want to make sure I have refilled all the time. So perhaps you get into like a nutritional line, the Ningxia Red line. Maybe you're going to sign up for a 14-day reset with the Living Well Now team, or with whoever's team you're on. Maybe it's specifically essential oils. Maybe you're going to dive into the essential oils. Maybe it's going to be the Thieves cleaning line. I clean this house as a part of my property management job, and so I'm using a lot of Thieves household cleaning products to do that. So again, instead of going to Target, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, I'm going to Young Living to get most all of the products that I have in my house. I choose to do it on Loyalty Rewards. This is a monthly wellness box that I receive shipped to my door. And currently, because I've been using Young Living and been on Loyalty Rewards for so long, I'm receiving 25% back in points to be used on free product. So for every $100 or 100 PV that I spend, I'm getting $25 back to then use on free product. So again, you start at 10% back the first 3 months, 20% back months 4 to 24, and then 25% back on beyond that. In order to get points, you have to place consecutive 50 PV loyalty orders. So again, all about your journey. Our Living Well Now team is just here to educate and support folks as we all find our way, right? At the end of the day, we're all finding our way on this body, mind, spirit wellness journey, on this earthly journey, on this infinite spiritual journey that we're all on. And so we're just doing our best to provide wellness education for folks. If you're not already in our Living Well Now, our LWN lifestyle group on Facebook, be sure to check in with your friend who invited you to be a part of their Young Living team, and have them get you connected to our LWN Lifestyle group on Facebook if that's an interest of yours. And then also, if you're interested in growing a business, we also have many brand partners on our Living Well Now team who are choosing regular habits to grow businesses and to share this young living lifestyle with others. So if you're not started yet, be sure to check in with whoever invited you to this call. Yeah, just let them know, hey, I'm ready to get started, and they'll help you figure out, a good place to start based upon what your goals are, right? At the end of the day, it's about your goals. And so just be sure, in my opinion, be sure to order 100 PV in product on your first order, or place an order on Loyalty Rewards. Ideally both, but at least one or the other, 100 PV or order on Loyalty Rewards, because that's going to get you a 24% discount off of Young Living's prices. And you definitely want that. Yeah, Young Living's got some great starter bundles to check out. Yeah, lots of ways to get started. Be sure to check in with your friend and have them help you get rolling. And yeah, here's to you and each of us as we're just doing our best one day at a time to show up for ourselves, to show up for our communities, and to show up for this transformation journey that we're each on. So sending you love as you find your way, and thanks for joining. Be in touch if I can be supportive. All right, adios.